Has your hair also gotten thinner, more brittle, even falling off now that you've turned 40? You're not alone. In this video, I'm going to talk about the changes I've experienced in my hair after I turned 40 and what I'm doing about it. So if you'd like to know, keep on watching. Good morning, you. My name is Melody. I normally share content about curly hair, hair product reviews, and a little bit of what I do with my hair when I'm traveling. Today I want to address something that I'm sure affects many women, not only women with curly hair like mine. I have also been talking with some of my friends. Many of them have straight Scandinavian hair. I live in Denmark. And they've also been experiencing changes, a little bit scary changes maybe, like this with their hair. I want to share what I've been experiencing and what I'm doing about it. Maybe it'll be helpful to other people. Not that my hair has become perfect now, but it's a little bit better compared to in the beginning. So let's go into it. I've noticed that my hair has become, like the hair strand itself have become thinner. And also I had noticed that my hair density, like the amount of hairs on my head, seemed to be also smaller. And I think probably the most annoying part for me also has been that I've been missing hair patches. And I went to my general practitioner and then after to a dermatologist, and they both confirmed that it is called alopecia, which is an autoimmune disease where your hair falls from the follicle. I've been pointing in this area because it's mainly, fortunately, in this area. I'm a little bit sore on my throat. Hope you don't mind. Also, I've noticed my hair seems to be a little bit more brittle. So I've had to stop using like really strong hold gels, and I've been using either leave-in conditioner under or under my hard strong hold gels, or I've been skipping them altogether sometimes so that my hair has a little bit movement, because when it was really stiff with gel, it was easier for it to break. I noticed that one of my hairs was so stiff. At some point I tried to touch it and it literally like just broke off. I've been reading up a little about these changes, and a lot of it seems to be related to hormonal changes we experience after we turn 40, that our body's going towards menopause. And also a lot of us are experiencing heightened stress in our 40s, maybe with our jobs, aging parents, moving, some experience their kids moving out. So all these stressors also cause our hair to, our body in general, to be less resistant. So one of the changes I've done is consuming vitamins. I went to my general practitioner and I was referred to a endocrinologist, and it's because I was diagnosed with thyroid issues. I have an autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's thyroid disease, which causes you, among other things, to have low thyroid, and it has affected also on many other things for me. So what has changed? One of the things I've started doing, because it was discovered I had a lot of vitamin deficiencies, is taking vitamins. So I am taking quite a bit. Bear with me. One of the vitamins I'm taking is a hair and nail vitamin, and this is because my vitamin B12 was like in the really lower end of the range. And the hair and nail vitamins also include not only B12, it has a few different vitamins, and it also had biotin. And I have noticed my hair seems to be growing just a little bit thicker, like one hair strand, a little bit thicker after I've been consistent. But I'm not only taking hair and nail vitamins, so I would like to share all of them, because I think it is not just one thing that I'm doing. I've been doing a few things. So besides that, I've also been taking fish oil to lower inflammation, vitamin D because my vitamin D was really low, vitamin C to try to increase my immune system. And let me make a disclaimer. I'm just sharing the things I've been taking, what I've been doing. It's not meant for it to be taken as medical advice. If you like medical advice, about what vitamins you should take and what you can tolerate, it would be better if you go to your physician and get his suggestions. So I'm just sharing what I'm taking, and I might put some links in the description box, but it's just as for you to it's just to make it easier for you. It's not meant as medical advice. And I'm in Denmark, so some of the links I'll put is trying to find something similar to what I use, not necessarily the exact vitamin I've been taking. I've also been taking calcium because I went to the endocrinologist and mentioned that my nails were really brittle, and he said I probably needed calcium. And actually, after I started taking calcium, my nails got better also. And actually, I should also mention that all the vitamins I'm taking are in gummy form because I've been having struggles with swallowing my tablets. So I buy gummies. I just try to find gummies that are sugar free. And on that note, since I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroid disease, I've been making an effort to eat gluten-free, dairy-free, and without sugar. I'm not nowhere close to being perfect on my diet, and I still once in a while might eat McDonald's or something, but it's not as often as we used to, maybe like 3 times per week or so. Now it might be like once a month. And our local McDonald's has gluten-free buns, so that makes it easier. Another change I've been doing is I've been making an effort to include more movement in my day. I should explain that movement increases blood circulation to your scalp and then helps your hair strands get stronger. I'm not doing anything wild. Like, if my husband likes to go for walks very often, and he's a fast walker, so I try to go for like maybe 20-minute walk in my good days with him. And since he has a fast pace, walking with him for me is almost like running a half marathon. Another thing I've included is that on Mondays I try to do elastic. I try to do 1 minute. Don't laugh. It's just 1 minute. But for me, it's quite a bit since I have not only Hashimoto's, I'm also battling some other chronic conditions. So I make the goal for myself to make it for 1 minute. I use elastics and then like do squats while I'm wearing the elastics. And 1 minute is something that feels achievable. So most Mondays I actually do it because I tell myself it's just 1 minute. And once in a while I do a little bit more, maybe 2 minutes. So on Wednesdays, my plan was to do arms, but I realized I tend to get injured very easily, so I had to stop. And what I do instead is I try to do 1 or 2 push-ups, or I try to make a 1 minute plank, which is very difficult. So I don't think I've ever made it to 1 minute, but I make the effort. And then on Fridays, I try to do stomach vacuums, and to make my core a little bit stronger, hopefully, or at least make it a little bit more flat. Yeah. So another important thing is that I've been making an effort to balance or manage my stress, because I've noticed also when I'm in a stressful period, I actually tend to get gray hairs, or even worse, I tend to get new bald spots. So among the things I've done is that I often have my phone without sound. I have it on a mode so that only if someone calls me twice within 2 minutes, it will go through. Otherwise, I don't get like notifications and calls and so on, because in my opinion, most calls and messages notifications are maybe just people catching up and not actually something urgent. And often if it's a real emergency, most people will call you repeatedly, so then it will go through. And that has given me peace of mind. I don't have this constant ringing from notifications, and yeah, so that has helped me. Also, I've been trying to make an effort to actually put time on my calendar to rest and respect it just as if I was respecting an appointment with someone else. And also one more thing, which has been really difficult for me, is I've been making an effort to only help people or give advice if they ask for it. Because my nature is that I would like to correct mistakes or help people or do something for them. But sometimes it backlashes if you give an advice or try to help if it's unsolicited. Also, sometimes your friend just needs to complain or talk or relieve their feelings with someone without actually needing help. And that has also helped me not to get involved in that way because I was using a lot of energy where maybe it was not necessary. I hope it makes sense. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Please comment if you do. Another thing I've been doing is that I've been making an effort to be more gentle with my hair. Like when I'm brushing and detangling, I don't like tug through my hair. I try to do it gently. So another thing I've done to take care of my hair is that whenever I'm taking a nap or when I'm going to bed, I always try to protect my hair with satin. For example, using a satin pillow or using a satin scarf or a satin bonnet. And well, ideally I should use silk, I know, but silk is pricier. And silk is also very delicate. And to save energy, I try to put as much as I can in the washing machine and do as few cycles as possible. And silk is quite delicate, which might mean I would have to wash it by hand or use a delicate cycle just for that. But at least satin, so that your hair doesn't get dried off by the cotton or they get caught into your clothes and so on, and they'll experience less breakage that way. Have you also noticed these changes? If you do, please share your experience, and if you have any tips of what we can do to make it better, please, it would be nice to help each other. And if you like this video, please let me know with a like so I can continue to do this kind of content. YouTube is about to suggest another video. If you enjoy this one, you probably enjoy that one too. Make sure to watch.